Walk solo. Build quietly. Rise loudly. Let's begin with this. There's a unique kind of strength in walking alone. When you decide to go solo, to build in silence, and let your success make the noise, everything changes. This is not just about isolation, it's about transformation. The world often underestimates those who keep their heads down and grind in the shadows. But when you rise, they can't ignore you. This is your journey, your path, and your power. Here's how walking solo, building quietly, and rising loudly can completely change your life. 1. The power of solitude. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. When you walk alone, you're not distracted by noise, opinions, or unnecessary drama. You find time to listen to your thoughts, understand your desires, and sharpen your focus. Greatness often grows in silence. People who fear being alone never get to truly know themselves. Walking solo teaches you self-reliance and mental strength. It's in these moments of solitude that you realize, no one is coming to save you, and that's your greatest advantage. You become your own compass, and your direction becomes unshakable. 2. Building quietly. The silent grind. Real growth doesn't need an audience. The most powerful transformations happen when no one is watching. Build your goals brick by brick in silence. Don't announce every move, just make moves. Let your results introduce you. Social media may tempt you to share your process, but discipline thrives in privacy. When you work quietly, there are no distractions, no opinions, just you and your mission. Quiet effort builds deep foundations. While others are busy impressing, you're progressing. The silent grind always speaks loudest in the end. 3. Filtering distractions. Walking alone gives you the power to filter what truly matters. You begin to recognize distractions as enemies of progress, negative people, meaningless conversations, or pointless comparisons. When your journey is solo, your focus sharpens. You stop seeking validation and start seeking growth. You say no more often and protect your time like your life depends on it, because it does. The fewer distractions you allow in, the faster and clearer your path becomes. And when you finally rise, you'll realize how important that focus was. 4. Building unshakable confidence. Confidence isn't born from compliments, it's built through consistency. When you walk solo and keep promises to yourself, your confidence grows from the inside out. You no longer need approval. You know what you're capable of because you've done it without applause. Each silent victory becomes a brick in your confidence wall. Even your failures feel different, because you learn privately, heal privately, and come back stronger. This quiet confidence is unshakable, and when you rise, people can feel it before you even speak. 5. Mastery through repetition. While others chase trends, you master your craft. Walking solo allows you to focus on repetition, practicing, failing, adjusting, and refining without interruption. Mastery isn't sexy, it's boring, repetitive, and often unnoticed. But it's also what separates those who succeed from those who quit. The world rewards mastery, and mastery demands isolation. As you quietly build skill, discipline, and mental endurance, you slowly become someone who cannot be ignored when the time comes to rise. 6. Protecting your energy. Energy is your most valuable currency. When you're constantly around people, your energy is being spent. But when you walk alone, you protect it. You choose who gets access, and you learn to recharge in solitude. Quiet time isn't wasted time, it's fuel. You start to see how protecting your peace is essential for long-term success. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every person deserves your time. The fewer people you need, the freer and stronger you become. 7. The value of being underestimated. When you walk alone and build quietly, people often overlook you, and that's a good thing. Being underestimated is a superpower. It gives you room to work in peace, to grow without pressure, and to strike when they least expect it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone but yourself. Let them think you're average. Let them laugh. Because the moment you rise, the same people who doubted you will be asking how you did it. And you won't need to say a word. 8. Becoming emotionally independent. Emotional independence means you don't rely on others for happiness, approval, or motivation. You generate those things internally. When you walk solo, you face your emotions head-on. You process pain, grow from disappointment, and strengthen your emotional muscles. This independence makes you harder to break and easier to trust, especially by yourself. You become the kind of person who doesn't need a crowd to feel worthy. That's the level where peace lives, and from that peace, power rises. 9. Rising loudly. Let results speak. After the grind, after the patience, comes the rise. And when it happens, it's loud, not because you shout, but because your results do. Success speaks in volume even when you stay silent. The same people who overlooked you will now watch you with awe. And it won't be luck. They just weren't paying attention to the work you were doing in the dark. That's the power of building in silence. When you rise unshakable, undeniable, and unforgettable. 10. Inspire others without trying. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this journey is how your story inspires others. Without preaching, without trying, you become living proof that quiet effort works. You show people what's possible when you stop seeking attention and start building intention. Your journey becomes a mirror that shows others their own potential. You don't need followers, you need fire. And when you burn bright enough, others will find their own spark. That's how true leaders are made. Alone, in silence, with purpose. 11. Embrace the power of solitude. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. When you walk alone, you disconnect from noise and opinions, and reconnect with your inner compass. It's in solitude that ideas are born, courage is tested, and self-awareness deepens. Great thinkers, leaders, and creators often found their strength in silence. It's where you meet the real you, free from distractions. Walking solo allows you to refine your purpose and direct your energy only where it matters. The world may not understand this path, but that's the beauty of it, it's yours alone. 12. Build without validation. In a world hungry for instant recognition, building quietly is a superpower. Real progress doesn't need applause, it needs commitment. When you're not busy showing your moves, you have more time to sharpen them. Every quiet hour you invest adds invisible layers of strength. People may not notice now, but results always make noise. Keep building when no one is watching. Ignore the doubts and distractions. Let your silence scream discipline. When you finally unveil your work, it'll speak so loudly that those who doubted you will have nothing left to say. 13. Cut the noise. Find your rhythm. External opinions are like static, they blur your frequency. Walking solo gives you a rare gift, uninterrupted rhythm. No competing timelines, no borrowed goals, just your own pace, perfectly tuned to your ambition. You don't need a crowd to validate your steps. You need focus. The world wants you to rush, compete, compare, but your path is unique. By removing the noise, you start hearing your inner drive again. And once you lock into that rhythm, you become unstoppable, not because of motivation, but because of purpose. 14. Rise in silence, shock with results. There's something powerful about a person who doesn't boast, doesn't compete loudly, yet one day arrives with undeniable success. That's the strength of rising quietly. No announcements, no begging for support, just pure, consistent effort. When you rise, people will wonder how you did it. The truth is, the grind happened in the shadows. The world often respects outcomes, not efforts. So don't waste energy proving yourself, invest it in becoming undeniable. Let your results do what your words never could. 15. Make loneliness your edge. There will be days when the solo path feels cold. You'll crave company, understanding, even a pat on the back. But remember, this loneliness is your edge. It builds emotional resilience. It trains you to rely on yourself. Most people quit when support fades. You'll rise because you didn't need it. Master the art of staying grounded when no one's watching and growing when no one believes in you. That's how legends are born. Not in comfort, but in the quiet storms they faced alone. 16. Silence builds strength. When you choose silence, you learn to observe more and react less. You start to understand people, patterns, and yourself with depth. Every moment you choose to stay quiet instead of proving something, you gain control. While others speak to be heard, you work to be remembered. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's in quiet consistency, unshaken by opinions or noise. Over time, that silence becomes a force, one that speaks volumes when the moment is right. Let them talk. You build. 17. Not everyone will understand your decision to walk alone. Will confuse people. They'll question your silence, your focus, your detachment. But your journey isn't for their understanding, it's for your growth. Not everyone is meant to go where you're headed. When you build in silence, you filter out distractions and discover who you truly are. So don't expect validation, expect resistance, and keep moving anyway. True growth begins when you stop needing people's approval and start honoring your own purpose, quietly and boldly. 18. Earn respect in silence. Loud people seek attention. Quiet people command respect. When you walk alone with discipline, people notice, even if they don't say it. They see your focus, your growth, your calm strength. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. Your work will do that. Let your actions speak in rooms where your words are never heard. Respect earned in silence lasts longer than applause won through noise. Be the one they watch in awe, not the one trying to be seen. 19. Let discipline be your companion on the solo path. Motivation fades quickly. Discipline stays. It's the quiet promise you keep with yourself when no one's watching. While others wait for inspiration, you're already moving. Each early morning, each late night, each sacrifice, these are the bricks of your silent empire. Discipline isn't loud, but it's powerful. It makes you reliable, focused, and dangerous in the best way. Build your life with it, and you'll never need to chase success. It will come find you. 20. The loudest rise is a quiet one. The most unforgettable transformations are never announced. They're built brick by brick, in silence, with grit. You don't need fireworks to prove you've grown. You need results that can't be ignored. When you rise after walking alone, when you succeed after being doubted, your story becomes louder than any speech. Keep walking, keep building. One day, the silence you walked in will become the echo of your greatness. The last words, in the journey of self-mastery, walking alone is not isolation, it's elevation. When you walk solo, you hear your own thoughts more clearly, learn from your own silence, and grow without distractions. Building quietly allows your progress to speak louder than any words. No applause, no noise, just pure focus. And when you finally rise, it's not just success, it's proof of your discipline, your patience, and your unwavering belief in yourself. Let the world see the results, not the process. Walk solo, build quietly, and when the time is right, rise so loudly that silence becomes your legend. See.